Hey everybody, one of the things that we all struggle with whenever we're getting started on the Turo platform is trying to figure out how we should price our vehicles. What daily rates should we set? This is the first challenge, especially if you're brand new to this. You're really kind of spitballing it here. I listed my first car back in 2018 and I really had no idea what I was doing, but before I listed it, I did spend a little bit of time doing some research to see where other cars were in my market, where they were priced, but it was still kind of trial and error, and I felt my way through it for the first few weeks. By the time I listed my second, third, fourth vehicle, I had put a system together that worked pretty well for me, and I think it really helped me to narrow in on that sweet spot right out of the gate, and I pretty much nailed my pricing with just a few minor tweaks. So I'm making this video for you. If you're just now listing your very first car on Turo and you're struggling with this, I'm hoping this will help you out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through the process that I went through with each of my vehicles. And the first thing that we need to decide for our illustration is what kind of vehicle are we going to list. And for the demonstration here, we're going to choose a Jeep Compass Limited. Okay, Jeep Compass. That's the vehicle we're going to list. And now I'm going to walk you through the process that I followed in determining my pricing. Okay, so we're going to go to the Turo website, and for research like this, I prefer to do it on my laptop, desktop, just because it's a little bit easier to navigate than through the app. So here we are on the website. Again, remember our vehicle is a 2019 Jeep Compass. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in our location. I'm going to select Troy, Michigan, because that's where I'm located. I'm going to go a couple weeks out. You want to make sure you do this so you'll get the biggest sample size of cars. Actually, I'm going to expand this a little bit because we are in the summer months. So I'm going to go from the 22nd through the 28th, and that might bring up a few more cars for us. So we're going to search our city for our date range. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we need to apply some filters here. We're going to go to your filters, and we're going to go to vehicle makes, and we're going to select Jeep, and we're going to go to models, and we're going to select Compass. And what I like to do when I'm doing these comparisons is go 1 year newer and 1 year older. So if our sample vehicle is a 2019 Jeep Compass, we're going to go from 2018 to 2020. And you'll see here that we have 7 results, 7 vehicles in our market that fit those criteria. So we're going to take a look at those. Now, the next thing we're going to do is look at the pricing, and we're going to choose the top 3 highest priced vehicles. All right. So we're going to start with this pretty blue one here. That's $71 a day. We have a 41, 64, 55, 68, 113, wow, and 69. So our prices are really kind of all over the map here. Oh boy, he's offering free delivery at $41 a day. That just kind of makes my stomach hurt. So, okay, so he's got some discounts applied there as well. So we're going to pick the 3 highest. So we have our 113, and we have 71, and then we have let's see, 60, and then we have this one for 69 right here. All right, those are our samples that we're going to use to determine our pricing. Now, the next thing we're going to do with those 3 specific vehicles is we're going to look at the trip count. So we go up here to this blue one for $71 a day, and that one has 106 trips. Okay, we're going to go to our $113 a day. This one has 8 trips. And then we're going to go to our $69 a day, and that one has 37 trips. So this is the data that we need to pull from the Turo website. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is go over to a spreadsheet that I've set up to help me determine the price for the vehicle that I'm about to list. And you'll see over here we have in column A, we have our 3 comp vehicles, 1, 2, and 3. We have daily rate and we have our trip count. So we're going to enter the data in here that we pulled out of the Turo website a few moments ago. So our first vehicle was $113 for a daily rate, and it had 8 trips. Our next most expensive vehicle was $71, and it has 106 trips. And then our third vehicle was $69, and it has 37 trips. So what we're going to do here is we're going to choose the vehicle that has the highest trip count from these 3, and that's comp number 2. And we're going to go ahead and highlight it here just for just to make it look pretty. All right, so we've got it highlighted. Comp number 2, this is the blue Jeep Compass, $71 a day average rate and 106 trips. What I'm going to do now for my price is I'm going to choose that vehicle, and I'm now going to list it 10% lower than that vehicle. So we're going to take 71 times 0.90, and my price is an average of $64 a day. Now, why am I doing this? Something you need to keep in mind about vehicle number 2 is it has an extraordinarily high trip count. It's also an all-star host vehicle. It's got a ton of reviews, so it's at the top of the search listing. It's the first Jeep that pops up when people filter. For their if they filter for that vehicle, it's going to be the top one. But if they run an unfiltered search, it's still going to be very high on the search listings, just because of the review history on that vehicle. Now I'll let you in on a little secret here. That's actually my Jeep. I didn't plan this for it to be that way. I wasn't sure how mine would come out in the comparison, but it just so happens that is actually my Jeep Compass. So my new Jeep that I'm getting ready to list on the platform has 0 trips, 0 reviews. When people come across that, they have nothing to, they have no reviews or no trip count or no history to look at to feel comfortable booking that vehicle. So I'm going to take a little bit of a price advantage here to help me compete against the top scoring vehicle in the search listings. So I'm going to list it at 10% off that price. The price of the comp vehicle. That's my starting point. Now, you'll remember that this is a 7-day trip, so this is an average. The 71 that you see right here, this is the average over the course of those 7 days. Some days are a little bit higher, some days are a little bit lower. You're brand new. This vehicle is brand new, so you don't really know the day-to-day trend on how this is going to book out and the most effective price per day. So if you want to just flatline it at $64 a day, Monday through Sunday, at least for the first couple of weeks, that's perfectly fine. You can do that. But then after about 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month on the platform, you're going to want to look at the history over the past few weeks and adjust your price day to day accordingly. Now, something else, if this vehicle starts booking like crazy at $64 a day, and it's never home, you're getting 80, 90, 100% utilization out of this vehicle, you're absolutely going to be raising the price up closer to comp 2 here. But this is just a starting point. Everything we're talking about here is just a good starting point to get your vehicle on the platform at a competitive price that maximizes what you can earn, but also takes into consideration some disadvantages of not having the trip and review history there for people to look at. Okay, so I hope this was helpful for you. Now, pricing a vehicle is both an art and a science, and there are a lot more variables that you could look at, but it's real easy to, especially if you're an analytical person, it's real easy to get an analysis paralysis, and you start looking at differences in trim levels and colors and features and when you're first listing a vehicle, you just want to get it out there, and you want to get it out there as close as you can to the best price for that vehicle to just get you some quick bookings, get you some reviews, get you some trips under your belt. And then after 2, 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, you're going to have a much better idea of how that vehicle is actually going to perform. So trying to keep this simple for you and not get really bogged down in a lot of data, a lot of different details that you could wade into when listing your vehicle. So, hey, that's it. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know.